Hey, Sycra here, and today I'm going to show you a quick method I use for drawing female noses. So, first of all, I just want to say that this isn't going to be a really detailed instructional video on how to draw noses. I do have that available. You can go to Pencil Kings, and there's a really detailed thing on how to draw noses in here. Is like one chapter, which is the differences between male and female noses. And I also have a YouTube video on how to draw noses. This one is just going to be more a quick method I use when I'm sketching. And I start with the head. So just going to put down general head shape. And then find the eyes, halfway down the head. And then when I draw the nose, I draw it for women like an oval like this. Now the reason I do this, I actually picked it up from, I don't know if it was like a Disney book or a Glen Keane or something. Anyway, so often in animation anyway, you draw things with a circle. So people would do a circle nose. But for women, you want to keep the nose as narrow as possible and as small as possible because that looks feminine. And so a way of doing that is by taking this circle and then squishing it and making it an oval. Then when you actually have the nose, it appears smaller, and then you have the nostril in here. So I find it's a very effective way of getting a feminine small nose. And that's pretty much it, what I just showed you. That's it. So I put down that oval around where I want the nose, which is going to be in the center of the head, and then halfway down. So if the eyes are in this area, and then the chin's here, mouth's here, nose is going to be halfway between the eyes and the chin. Usually, I mean, of course, there's exceptions, but pretty much that's just it. So get that oval down, then I'll get the bridge of the nose down, and then get the nostril. Then I usually bring it into the mouth. And, the eyes and the rest of it. So it's pretty simple. From a front view, you can do the same thing. You can establish your little oval and get the nostrils in there. And that's it. You don't want to have too much definition. So sometimes just that's enough. Sometimes I'll indicate like the lower part of the nose. And the thing is, let's say I have a face here. The proportions of the face are such that, okay, we have the eyes halfway, right? And then halfway again. So, okay, does that make sense? Hold on, let me think. Anyway, 3/4, right? Yeah, okay. So then the nose is here, and the nose, the width of the nose on a man is generally one eye width apart. So if this is the width of one eye, here's one, then there's going to be a width of one eye in between. So by making the nose more narrow and this width, it's going to look smaller. So you still kind of have the eyes one eye width apart, and sometimes people will put the eyes a bit further to create a little bit more feminine look. But in general, this is it, that you just shrink the nose and then add less definition. So for a guy, you've got tons of definition. For a girl, not so much. Now, what's going to happen, let me just draw like a profile view. Of a head, and just going to copy it a couple of times. Yeah. like that. And let's just do 4 different noses. So first we find the eyes, and this is in a side view. So eyes, then we'll get oval halfway down. And I guess you could actually define the shape of the face a bit more. So I'm gonna increase the lower mouth area, push it a bit out this way. And now, so for the first one, just gonna put in the bridge of the nose. And now this nose is pointing upwards. And if you'll notice in a lot of Disney cartoons, the nose tends to point upwards. But that's just one type of nose. There's noses that point, you know, straight across, and noses that point down. So that's why I wanted to do a few variations. So here's one, and it's small, and so it's got that feminine look. You know, it's not the same as if I drew a guy's nose, and it would be much bigger, right? So let's say the nose is pointing down. Well, I could, you know, reverse the direction of this oval, and because it's an oval, it's still going to look small. So could do that, and it's still feminine and small. It's just, you know, pointing down. And let's do straight across one. Now in a straight across, where the nostrils, and when I say pointing down, I mean like this, right? Like if you put the wing of the nostril and then try to find the tip, this one's wing is higher than the tip, this one's, you know, pretty much even. So then I'm actually cutting into that oval, so it's not really an oval anymore. So I guess it doesn't even matter, you don't even have to go that route. I just find it somehow easier when I'm just drawing and then I put down a shape like that. And for this one, what should we do? I don't know. It's not that different than this one, just I guess less pointy, or like this bridge is going this way and then goes that way and then it comes out. Maybe this one just goes straight and then you have the forehead. And this might be a bit exaggerated, so I'm just gonna soften it. But again, just keeping the noses really small, delicate. It's pretty much it. And just go over the front view again real quick. So we have a front view. And now you can even just suggest the nostrils, maybe a hint of the wings of the nostril, and then maybe a bit of a shadow. In a lot of anime, what they'll do is just kind of shade one half of it and then even get rid of that, so then you end up with this kind of shape. You just have to make sure in those cases, if you're going to use that as a style and just have a nose like that, that you understand that this is the shaded side of the face. So it wouldn't make sense, for instance, to have a nose like this, then maybe you indicate that side and this side is all in shadow, and then have like a shadow here on this side of the face, because that just shows that you don't know what you're doing, right? Because if the shadow is on this side, then it would be on this side as well. So I guess my point here is that just because it's anime, it doesn't mean it doesn't follow any rules. It still does. So yeah, you could just indicate it like that, or even just indicate, you know, just get that oval or circle in real quick, just indicate underneath. And that's it. You often don't include the whole bridge of the nose. I mean, you can, but it's not essential that you do. You could just, you know, erase the middle part of it, or even just get rid of, you know, most of it, so you would feel that there's that bridge of the nose, you know, and that it's doing something like that, but you don't see it. And sometimes I've noticed they add like little, it's almost like, you know, with anime they'll sometimes add blushies. It's like that but on the nose, and that just shows that the nose has this indent here where it's coming this way and then it's kind of protruding out. So pretty much that's it. And again, if you want a more detailed tutorial, I would head on over to pencilkings.com and check out the nose tutorial that's up there. And hope that helped, and thanks for watching.